You are listening to the Atlanta Real Estate Forum radio show, all about real estate edition, shining a light on the movers and shakers in the real estate industry, the home builders, developers, realtors, and suppliers making it all happen. And now, here are today's hosts.
Good morning and welcome back to the All About Real Estate Edition. I am your host, Todd Schnick, joined by my friend and colleague, Carol Morgan. Before we kick things off, we do want to thank New American Funding for being our 2021 show sponsor and now our 10th year on the air. It has been wonderful having them as our partner. All right, Carol, one of our favorite conversations. Neat lady. You never know what the heck we're going to talk about with her. It's going to be yet another riveting conversation. I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be like opening a Christmas present. You don't know what you're going to get until you get it. So we are joined in studio today by Kelly Allison. She is Senior Vice President of the Southeast for New American Funding. So welcome back to the show again, Kelly. And we are looking forward to talking to you today. Start with I think all of our audience knows about you already, but start with a quick, who you are and what you do for New American Funding.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be back with you guys today. My name is Kelly Allison. I work for the new, wonderful New American Funding. We are a national lender in 46 states with over 300 branches. And we are very, very proud to be a direct servicer and seller for Fannie and Freddie. And for any of those folks out there that don't know what that means, if you get your loan with New American Funding, you're guaranteed to be a customer for life. You're going to write your mortgage payment directly to New American Funding, and we're going to be there for all your real estate needs.
Outstanding. Well, Carol, how long have we been hooked up with these guys now? We're like a year and a half-ish?
Yeah, a year and a half.
So we've
maybe a little more.
Yeah, we've had all kinds of conversations, several with Kelly. We've had both founders on the show. We've had any number of different amazing people from the organization on talking about a lot of different things. We thought would be a lot of fun just to dive into today, and there's no real agenda here. We're just really going to riff and have a fun conversation because I'm just curious to see where Kelly is on this. We're going to dive into the customer experience. And if I have a feeling that Kelly could probably talk for about 10 to 20 hours on this subject, and I'm not even sure how to start it. I guess what I'm going to do, Kelly, is just say, all right, every organization on the planet talks about they have great customer service and blah, 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 blah. They have wonderful brochures and yada, yada. But everyone talks about it. Most people stink at it. To be very frank, talk about your all's approach to the customer experience, and let's just dive in.
Well, you're right. We all talk about customer service. We all say, we survey our customers, and we love to throw out big numbers and percentages of our customer service stats. I think at New American Funding, we're a little different in the sense that we are fanatics about customer service. Our belief is that every company, every mortgage company, listen, we're all going to be very close to the same rates. We're going to have the same products, the same programs. A lot of us are going to go through the same systems and processes. But really, what we all know to be the truth is the customer experience is the ultimate guide, right, for everybody. So we hear our customers, we listen to our customers. And the one thing that I will tell you early on in my career, I had a wonderful mentor. Prior to getting into the mortgage industry, I was in the building industry. And a wonderful man that I worked with for over 14 years. He was our CEO of a very large building company in Atlanta. And he used to tell us, obsess over the customer experience. Don't obsess over the competitors. And, it's really funny. Every month we had a meeting with him, and we had to, obviously, as we all know, in new construction and real estate, we have to do our competitive analysis, right? So we would go through our competitive analysis on our communities, but at the end of every meeting, we had to say what we were going to obsess over in improving the customer experience. And I have to tell you, that has stayed with me my entire career. So at New American Funding, we obsess over the customer experience, and then we back in to everything else. Because if you have a raving fan in your customer, right, everything else in your company can be backed into. Because your raving fans will be your biggest cheerleaders, and they will be your biggest, all of our customers are really our largest marketing platform that we have, right? They refer their friends and their families to us. When they come back to us, when they're looking for that upgrade of a bigger home or a second home or an investment property or a refinance, that's the biggest compliment any of us could ever have in any of our careers, correct? I mean, that's what we all look for, right? Is that long-term sustainable advantage, which the only sustainable advantage in business is world-class service. So
repeat business, referral business, that's so important. Well, so how do you take that obsessing over the details and keeping that customer happy and apply it here in Atlanta with New American Funding?
I'm glad you asked that, Carol. We talk a lot about customer service. We train internally on customer service, and we don't just train on external customer service. We train on internal customer service, because one of the things that we know is if our internal customers are happy, we'll never have to worry about the external customer, right? They'll take care of the customer the way that they are taken care of. So we obsess over that. And then looking at our systems and processes, especially now with everything that's going on in the industry, we want to provide our clients with a little extra, maybe a little lanyard, right? A little something extra that maybe helps them get that house that they're looking for. As you guys know, the average right now is 7 contracts before you find your home.
It's just brutal, isn't it?
Wow.
It is brutal. It is.
It seems like the normal is probably more like, I don't know, 2 or 3 in a normal market, right? Not 7.
Yeah. Well, everybody is highest and best offer, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants highest and best offer.
Even the new home builders want that now.
Yes.
So it's all highest and best.
Boy, what can happen when you get in a supply and demand, right? When you have more demand than you have supply, this is like a very unique market. We have more people wanting homes than we have homes available on the market. So highest and best has become very normal in the market.
You said a couple of times, Kelly, systems and processes. So I think we would all agree that the customer experience should be a very sincere human interaction and engagement with, between humans. And yet how do you systematize it? How do you processize it? I mean, the systems to me seems very unhuman, but I guess you have to have a system and process to do this. How do you do that and yet maintain? Because it's very evident when you talk to your team that they're empowered to do what they got to do to have a good interaction with the customer. So how do you do that through a system?
The system and process is built around the customer. It's built for the customer and about the customer. So our systems and processes were built by our customers through our small groups, through our customer service surveys, by paying attention to what they say they want. So really, thank you, all of our customers out there, because you built our systems and how you want to communication, how you want to connect, what's important to you. So our customer service experience is really been, like I said, built by the customer. And it's all about how they want to interact, how they want to be communicated. If I want text, you get text. If I want email, I get email. If I want phone, I get phone. But first of all, there is most important is none of our customers are a loan number. None of our customers are a file. None of our customers are a loan. They are our customer. They have families, faces, stories. They're just like you and I, and they need to be treated as though they are family, right? And so we start off by doing a discovery process, getting to know them, introducing them to the team that's going to be working with them, from the processor to the closer to the underwriter and the loan officer. Now they know that they are insulated, protected, and safe with this team that cares about them, not via email, not via text, but via phone, sometimes even FaceTime. They have the opportunity to come into our office, but we always want to connect with them via phone, via Zoom, via Microsoft Teams, or come into our office in person. We are never going to communicate with any of our customers only through email or text, always going to connect with them. And because of that and their feedback, Todd, we now are super excited that we have rolled out our on-time closing guarantee. We really feel like this on-time closing guarantee is going to help a lot of our future customers in getting their offer accepted on that home that's their fifth or sixth home, because we're hoping that the seller will look and say, oh, with your offer comes an on-time closing guarantee.
That is a nice differential.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we really want to bring and add value back to our customers. And let me take it a step further. The seller, we hope, will look at that on-time closing guarantee and realize that if New American Funding does not close the loan on time, that we are going to pay up to $1,500 of the customer's first P&I payment. But we're going to take it a step further. Mr. Seller, we guarantee you that you will get up to $1,500 as well. So we are guaranteeing the on-time closing, or we could pay up to $3,000 in that transaction. And that is our commitment to our customers, because you know what? We can talk about customer service, but you got to put your money where your mouth is, right? If you believe, and as we do at New American Funding, and when you obsess over customer experience as much as we do at New American Funding, then we're very, very confident that we want to put a guarantee behind our service. So we're real excited about our on-time closing guarantee. And the entire market has been so incredibly gracious in receiving it. Everybody's excited about it. I mean, I get emails and calls from agents and builders, and it really puts everybody at ease, because this is a very different market that we're living in. None of us have. Well, I can tell you this, Carol and Todd, I've never been through a market like this.
I don't think any of us that are living through it right now have. And that's something we've all talked about a lot. And, it's nice to see you bringing a product forward that makes a difference and addresses a problem that we need to fix today. Not just, the problems of 3 years ago or 2 years ago, or, some of the nice to haves, but something that really helps them to get their offer considered.
Oh, absolutely. We're saying, our little tagline is nothing in life is guaranteed except the closing at New American Funding.
Oh, I love that. That's some great marketing.
Is awesome.
Fast credit approvals, accelerated loan processing, expedited underwriting. Call your New American Funding loan officer today to get pre-qualified. For more information, call New American Funding at 678-898-3540. That's 678-898-3540.
We at the top of the show, we talked about, everyone talks about customer service. Well, everyone says they listen to their customer. Not everyone does. We know this. You guys clearly do, because this on-time closing guarantee is an obvious offshoot of feedback from your customers that you've listened to year after year. And the products that you come to market with are very obviously also the result of listening to your customer. And I mean, that's, makes a great line on a brochure, but not everyone does it.
Well, I agree with you. And listening to our referral partners, we survey our agents and builders as well as our customer. So really, when I look at it and I think all this feedback we've gotten from our referral partners, the agents in the market, the builders in the market, our customers, what they're saying is, hey, you guys are doing something right. You could do this a little better. You could do that a little better. And we think tank that all the time.
Right.
We invite our referral partners, our builders, our customers, past customers, present customers, into our think tank so that we can learn on things that we're doing right that they like and things that they'd like to see us improve. And a lot of times, as you know, our CEO, Rick, was on the call, and we do a lot of these think tanks broken up into sections of the millennials. We listen to, different groups that need different things, and we find a way to tailor our service to what the customer needs versus what we think is best for the customer.
Well, I just want to highlight something in case everyone missed it. She just said that the CEO was wired in on this. Not every organization can say that. So that is just yet another example of how you guys are different in that you're, and we've had the pleasure of having both co-founders on this show. They are definitely wired into everything you guys are. I mean, they're driving this. It's really exciting. Kelly, other question for you.
It starts at the top, though, right?
Yeah,
Sure does start at the top.
It always starts at the top.
Yeah, and I know Todd has another question, but Rick is so hot out there and so sought after. His show is still trending now. However many, I don't know, it was last month. It's still trending. We're still, it's one of our top 10 search terms on the site.
I'm not surprised.
Well, Rick and Patty are amazing leaders. They literally model the behavior what they do. They don't have to say anything because what they do says everything.
Right.
They truly are amazing leaders, and customer service is Rick's obsession. And it really is what attracted me to New American Funding, because I came from a world where my mentor was obsessed with customer service, and I met Rick and I was like, wow, this is where I belong.
Yep.
Makes sense.
There may be someone listening to this conversation, Kelly, and saying, all right, I need to rethink my game here. And I haven't been obsessing about customer, but there's no way I can measure this. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh, you always measure. If you measure anything in your organization, measure your customer service.
How do you do that?
Oh my gosh, there's so many ways to measure, but always through your customer surveys, right? And read them all. Don't say that you survey your customer and then put it in a drawer, because all the nuggets that are going to just keep you growing and getting better and improving are all within those customer names, right? And so we survey every single customer. And believe it or not, 89.7% of all of our customers fill out their survey.
That's impressive.
That is phenomenal. And yes, we do give them a Starbucks gift certificate to do so. A little, a
little incentive there.
A little incentive. Exactly. Thank you, Carol. A little incentive never hurts. But when you do that, you really taking the time to learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
They are our best teachers. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't care what your title is at a company. The real boss is the customer. They can fire you anytime they so choose.
Yep. Yeah. When you think about it, everything you're doing is creating raving fans, from surveying them, they care what I think, to your on-time, closing guarantee. Think about how that plays out. I'm talking to Todd. Oh, hey, I just closed my house with New American Funding. He's like, oh man, how'd you do that? I've been trying to get mine closed for 3 weeks, So the next time somebody asks him who to close his house, who to close a house with, or who he's going to refer, it might not be his mortgage company, might be New American Funding. Because your raving fans are doing the heavy lifting for you for the marketing in this, market, especially with the on-time closing guarantee.
Oh, absolutely. And I will tell you, I'm very, very proud that the 5 years that I have been with New American Funding, and Todd, back to measuring, we are again fanatical about customer service and measuring our customers' responses. Over the 5 years, we have never gone below 98.4% in customer satisfaction. That's so impressive. If you're out there and you're trying to figure out how to do it, start by surveying, creating a survey of all the questions that are important to you and your company, and then find a way to incentivize your customers to fill out that survey, and then read them. Listen to the customer. They'll tell you exactly what they want.
And you're probably not happy with being just at 98.4%.
I hope she is. That's pretty darn good.
I'm sure you're working on ways to get that bumped up to 99. Well, gosh, there are a dozen directions we could go from here, which would risk us adding another hour or two to the show. So we should probably table further discussion. But this is something that's worthy of an ongoing. You mentioned training earlier, and this is not a one-time training opportunity. This is something you guys are doing again and again and again, I suspect. And that process never ends. Kelly, grateful for your devotion to the customer and the fanaticism that you have on it and the whole organization. Should anyone want to pick your brain on it, learn more about it, and then obviously learn more about New American Funding, where do they go?
New American Funding, Atlanta.com.
All right. Kelly Allison's SVP for the Southeast for New American Funding. Kelly, as always, really inspiring to spend a few minutes with you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Always our pleasure. And of course, appreciate your ongoing support for this show. So thank you for that too.
Thank you.
Well, that wraps this week's All About Real Estate edition. On behalf of our show sponsor, New American Funding, my co-host, Carol Morgan, I am Todd Schnick. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and we'll look forward to seeing you again right here tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio is made possible by Denim Marketing, the publisher of Atlanta Real Estate Forum, Atlanta's favorite source for real estate and home building news. Denim Marketing is a comfortable fit, like your favorite pair of jeans. Denim Marketing tailors marketing strategies to meet your specific needs and niche. Try them on for size. They will work to create a perfect fit for your company's marketing program. Call them at 770-383-3360 or send an email to info@denimmarketing.com. For more information on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio or to inquire about being a guest, contact info@atlantarealestateforum.com. Check out the radio show by visiting atlantarealestateforum.com or by listening to the show on your favorite podcast app. And if you enjoyed today's broadcast, we'd sure appreciate a rating and review on iTunes. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you next time on Atlanta Real Estate Forum Radio.